folks. Jeff here. Thought we could take a minute today to talk a little bit about something realtors hear quite often. And that is, I think I'll just wait a year or so before I buy a house. Now, you may have perfectly good reasons for wanting to wait a year. Maybe you're anticipating a job change, or maybe you've just changed jobs, and so the financing doesn't work for you right now. You know your circumstances. And if the best choice for you is to wait, that's great. But rather than just going with a feeling or a hunch, it's good to think through this logically. So ask yourself two questions. Do you believe that in the next year, interest rates are going to go up? And second, do you believe that housing prices will go up? Now, if the answer to one of those questions is yes, then you need to think very carefully and maybe do some math. If the answer to both of them is yes, then it's almost certainly a better move for you to buy now if you can do so. Now, to help understand why that's the case, let's look at some numbers. We'll just kind of go with a hypothetical right now. That let's say you found a house that just perfectly fits your needs, and it is listed for $350,000. Now, if you can afford that, then you get into that home, $350,000, and now you're set. But what happens if you wait a year? Well, those who study these things, the experts, feel fairly confident, it seems, that we could see a price increase in housing over the next year nationally of about 5.9%. Now, if that happened, then that house that today you could buy for $350,000 now becomes $370,650. Now, that's not an inconsiderable change. That's worth thinking about. But it doesn't stop there. Remember that your interest rates, you're anticipating those going up. And the experts here anticipate that we could see an interest rate change up to maybe 3.18% by this time next year. What difference would that make? Well, let's look at our chart here and see some of the ways that our purchase of the home changes when we have these kinds of numbers to work with. First of all, as we already mentioned, the price of the home goes up by $20,000 or $20,650. Now we're saying that the mortgage rate goes up from even 2.97 up to 3.18. Imagining that you wanted to put down 10%. Well, that 10% down today would be $35,000. By waiting a year, if you still want to put down 10%, you're talking about $37,065, a couple thousand more. What about your actual mortgage amount? Well, if you did it today and put down 10% on that home that's $350,000, your mortgage amount is $315,000. If you decide to wait a year, your mortgage amount goes to $333,585. What does that mean for your monthly payment? Well, just looking at your principal and interest, this year your payment would be $1,323. By waiting a year, you would find that your monthly payment would go up about $100 to $1,439. Now remember, that extra $100 a month is going to be with you for 30 years. So that's worth thinking about. And then there's the question of the equity. Remember, equity comes from somewhere. If you bought the house today for $350,000 and then next year it's worth $370,000, well, you've gained $20,000 equity. And there are a variety of things you can do with that. But if you wait to buy the house, then the current owner gets the equity and it comes out of your pocket because you are paying him that extra $20,000. So there is an opportunity lost by not buying now, by choosing to wait. That equity goes to someone else. Now again, I can't tell you what's best for you. You have to look at the numbers and decide that yourself. But if you have questions about how this would all work out in practice in your situation, please feel free to give me a call. 801-556-2259. Remember, Coldwell Banker brings to bear some of the best tools out there to help you with your real estate decisions. Whether it's buying or selling, let us help you out. So please give me a call.